You have been waiting, and I don't mean waiting the way you wait for traffic to clear or for a package to arrive. I mean the other kind of waiting. The kind where you have prayed, you have believed, you have done everything right, and still nothing has changed. The job hasn't come, the relationship have not healed yet, the breakthrough you have been standing on hasn't broken through. And quietly, in the back of your mind, a question has started to grow. Did God forget me? I want to talk to you about waiting today. Not the motivational version, not the just be patient version that sounds good on a poster but does nothing for the pain in your heart. You see, waiting on God is one of the hardest things a human being can do, and nobody talks about why it is so difficult. It's hard because you are not just waiting for a thing, you're waiting while watching other people receive the things you are praying for. You're waiting while your circumstances are, saying one thing and your faith is trying to see another. You are waiting while the enemy whispers, maybe it's just not going to happen for you. That is not a small battle. Let me show you something about how God works. You see, when a farmer plants a seed, he doesn't dig it up every 3 days to check if it is growing, because he understands something about the seed that the seed does not understand itself. The most important part of your growth happens underground, in the dark, where nobody can see it, where even the seed itself doesn't know what it is becoming. That is where you are right now, underground, in the dark, and it feels like nothing is happening, but that is not the truth. The truth is this: God is not slow because he forgot. God is not silent because he doesn't care. God is precise, and precision takes time. What God is building in you, the character, the depth, the capacity to carry what he is about to give you, cannot be rushed. Because here's what most people don't understand about delayed blessings. The blessing was never the goal. You were the goal. The version of you that can steward it, the version of you that won't be destroyed by it, the version of you that will use it for something greater than yourself. That version of you takes time to build. There's a reason trees that survive the longest storms are the ones with the deepest roots. And roots don't grow in sunshine. They grow when the tree is pressed, when the ground is dry, when the tree has to stretch further down into the earth to find water. Your waiting season is your root season. God is not punishing you, he is anchoring you, so that when what he has promised you finally arrives, and it will arrive, the weight of it doesn't uproot you. I want to tell you about Abraham, a man who received one of the greatest promises ever spoken over a human life. God told him, your descendants will be as numerous as the stars. And then God went quiet for 25 years. 25 years of waiting, of his wife aging, of people around him having children while his arms stayed empty, of that promise feeling more impossible with every passing year. And do you know what the Bible says about Abraham during that time? It says, he hoped against hope. He believed even when belief made no logical sense. Even when his body was too old, Even when the circumstances laughed at the promise, he held on. And then Isaac came. And here is what I need you to understand about that moment. If Isaac had come in the first year, Abraham would have received a child. But because he came at the year 25, Abraham received something far greater, a faith that could not be shaken, a testimony that could not be denied, a story that would carry generations. The wait didn't just give him a son, the wait made him a father of nations. Your wait is doing something to you, something that instant answers could never do. It is stripping away everything that was never meant to carry you. It is teaching you the difference between wanting God's gifts and wanting God. It is building in you a depth of trust that can only be earned in the waiting room. And I know that doesn't make your pain disappear. I know the nights are still long. I know hope gets heavy when you have been holding it for such a long time. But can I ask you something? What if the waiting isn't a sign that God has forgotten you? What if it is a sign that what He is preparing for you is too significant to rush? What if the delay is not a denial? What if this is simply not the last chapter? Your story is not over. The promise is still alive. And God, the same God who turned Abraham's impossible into a legacy, is the same God who is walking in your silence right now. Because sometimes the waiting room is the very last door before the breakthrough. Don't forget, hold on. The season is coming. It's not over. It was never over.